It may be the most precious gem in BMW's crown, Rolls-Royce. A vehicle of choice for the world's wealthiest, with a price tag only they can afford. It's been the carriage of royalty, sheikhs, and stars. And yet, each Rolls gets its start worlds away from the red carpet. 60 miles outside of London, amid the rolling hills, frolicking cows, and grazing sheep, you'll find Rolls-Royce headquarters in the bucolic village of Goodwood, England. Here, craftsmen mold, stretch, carve, and press to make sure that each car is the epitome of luxury.
What you want to be able to do with a Rolls-Royce is to look in and to actually see the character of the grain.
Andrew Monahan oversees the leather department, where skilled artisans labor over acres of massive hides.
You can actually see the hair follicles where the hair came out of the leather to start with. It's as near to the natural skin as you can possibly get. That's the quality that you buy when you buy a Rolls-Royce. Quite often what you see in other, let's say, cheaper motor vehicles is that they would copy these types of grains and they would put them onto a printing press.
It's a printout, basically.
It's a printout. If you think about a painting in a gallery, this is the original Picasso. The other one that's in the standard automotive, well, that's the print that you get for $9.99 when you go to the visitor's shop.
Monahan is one of 800 employees at this plant that doesn't look or sound like a typical car factory. No robots, no flying sparks. It's as quiet as a library, as the workers diligently and meticulously assemble one of the world's finest automobiles, all by hand. Coming together bit by bit, piece by piece. From the dashboards to the doors. From the tiniest screws to the mammoth V12 engine. The cars are pulled and pushed from station to station. It's a process that can take up to 9 months. The customer puts down his money and then waits patiently as his car is handcrafted to reflect his sometimes quirky but often expensive desires, like built-in wine coolers and picnic baskets with intricate and elaborate designs created to suit their own personal taste.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. Somebody asked for this.
Somebody asked for this, absolutely. Now, we have many, many customers like that, and what they're looking to do is to make every car unique to them. That's what they're looking for. It's an expression of their personality.
For Rolls-Royce, the bespoke or custom-made elements of the car are not limited to leather. Peter Guest oversees the paint shop, where there are 40,000 colors to choose from, including 13 shades of black.
Midnight black, diamond black, sapphire, rhapsody black, cosmos black, astro black, infinity black. We had a problem with one colour that was called autumn mystery black, and it became known as autumn misery black.
Misery black.
Yeah, it was a very tricky colour to get right.
Getting it right is mandatory at Rolls-Royce, no matter the request.
We even had one guy wanted us to match his dog.
Match his dog.
Match his English red setter. Matched his dog.
Satisfying the wildest dreams of customers past and present has been limited only by what the buyer is willing to spend.
Especially for Rolls-Royce customers, they would like to have freedom to decide what should the leather look like, the wood inside the car.
Dr. Norbert Reithofer, chairman and CEO of the BMW Group, says Rolls-Royce customers are in a class by themselves.
A lot of them, they have Gulfstreams, they have ships, they have 15, 20 cars, and they can buy a Rolls-Royce as well.
Rolls-Royce doesn't offer financing, and with the sticker price for a high-end Rolls starting at $350,000, the final tab can easily reach 7 figures. While $1 million may sound like a lot for a car, in 1998, BMW paid the bargain basement price of $66 million for the rights to the Rolls-Royce name and its vaunted hood ornament, the Spirit of Ecstasy. The deal came after a heated 10-month bidding war with Volkswagen.
We have an agreement between...
VW paid a much steeper price of $700 million, winning the rest of the company, which included the Bentley brand, the Rolls and Bentley factory, plus all of the workers.
Volkswagen has apparently trumped its arch-rival BMW in the bidding war for Rolls-Royce.
Britain's Vickers Corporation says it has agreed to sell Rolls-Royce to Volkswagen for nearly $700 million.
Without a factory, a workforce, or even a car to build, BMW was starting from scratch. The 100-year-old Rolls-Royce brand had become a startup. After 5 years of preparation, building the factory, hiring craftsmen away from the local yacht building industry, and dreaming up a premium car, BMW introduced the Rolls-Royce Phantom. And though the engine and the chassis are built in Germany, Andrew Monahan says the Rolls is not a BMW Rolls.
The BMW Group is sort of hands-off, and it gives us a degree of independence. But in the background, we still have the mother company there. If we trip, if we fall, they can pick us up and they can give us the support that we need.
In 2009, BMW rolled out a smaller, sportier, and less expensive Rolls-Royce called the Ghost. Starting at a mere $250,000, the Ghost has been so popular that annual sales of the Rolls-Royce brand have more than doubled, up from nearly 1,000 to 2,700 cars sold each year. Owning a Rolls-Royce puts you in a pretty exclusive club, and unless you live in Beverly Hills, sightings are few and far between. I took a Ghost for a spin to see how the other half lives. The 2.5-ton car floats on the road, powered by 560 horses. As effortless as the drive is, I'm constantly aware that this is a $500,000 vehicle, and that's a little intimidating.
I don't know who's in control right now, me or the Rolls. I think it's probably the Rolls.
It's a benchmark of luxury lifestyles, and to build it takes 450 man-hours from start to finish. But the pièce de résistance comes before they are complete. As if each spirit of ecstasy is worth the $66 million paid for the rights, workers remove them from a safe before fastening them to the front end. But they're not done yet. Darwin Galt heads the test and finish department, the Rolls-Royce of quality control units.
We 100% road test, we 100% water test. We make sure that the customer doesn't experience any problems at all. We catch everything here.
Can I ask you why is this car dancing behind you?
Yeah, this is us checking the air suspension system.
Each and every Rolls endures road simulators where testers are shaken silly while listening for any nasty loose bits.
What you're experiencing here stationary is how the car might behave when it's on a very rigorous and tough road.
So that saves the customer going into the shop a year from then saying, it kind of makes this rattling sound.
Absolutely. It's all about finding the problem or stopping the problem from ever getting to the customer. We're going way, way beyond what a customer would ever see.
Why bother then?
Well, it's the best car in the world, so we have to exceed expectations.
Expectations for affluent customers whose coutoured cars cost as much as a house. Up next, they may be fantasy machines, but once upon a time, the BMW dream almost ended. Fair to say BMW came within days of being a unit of Mercedes?
If that day had gone a little bit different, then we would have been sold to Mercedes. It was really at the edge.
A return from the brink when we continue.